Moon, space, what it should look like, and what we get. Easy, right? To understand. The moon landing, where the stars go. I don't see any stars. I want to see the stars in space. Sky from the Earth and sky from the moon. Anyone else sees a problem here because I want to see the stars. China's moon lander sends back incredible images. If space travel was real, this is what we would see, right? With the stars. Not this in the original picture. We see black. So where are the stars? Or is it just a painting? Is this the reality of the real world? The spinning ball Earth with curved water or not? More and more stuff. Skies from the Earth. Beautiful, isn't it? Skies from the Earth. Earth from the moon. Doesn't make any sense. So is this computer graphics imagery made on the computer system? I don't know. Debunking all lunar missions. You can read that on your own because it's lots of text. So it's easy to read. Look at this. This is a pilot, and the maximum speed a fighter pilot can endure before blackout. So fastest fighter plane speed is 2,278 feet per second. 297 feet per second is the maximum speed a fighter pilot can endure before blackout. And the speed of Apollo 11 carrying astronauts to the moon was 36,960 feet per second. So a pilot blacks out at almost 300 feet per second, and this is almost 37,000 feet per second, and nothing happens. But I said this is just CGI, right? So passenger fighter jet blacking out, and this is Team Peak headed at the International Space Station, 25 miles per hour, 7 miles per second. And the passenger on a fighter jet blacks out at 1,350 miles per hour. Impressive, isn't it? Space. You can read this. I'll leave it there because it's lots of text. It's very interesting. It's very amazing about the things you find in the 1960s. Imagine, just amazing. Did you know about this? So this is the president of the U.S., Nixon. He called the Apollo astronauts on the moon in 1969, 239,000 miles away. So calls the moon in 1969 at that distance, but in 2018 you can't get a cell phone signal while camping. Wow. So what happened between the 60s and the 2010s? Talking to astronauts on the moon in 1969, 238,000 or 39,000 miles away, 0-second delay with the technology of back then. Talking to astronauts on the International Space Station in 2017, 249 miles away, 11-second delay. Why is it like an 11-second delay today? But it was 0-second delay with the primitive technology of the 1960s, which a computer that was operating all that stuff, the force, the power of the computer was lower than a Game Boy. Ancient technology used to call men on the moon. So when they called the men to the moon, they used this technology. We should be speaking with people on the moon with our smartphone, right? Today. So you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, said Elon Musk. I know, I'm just looking at pictures. The American people don't believe anything until they see it on television, said Richard Nixon. Right? Nixon? President of the US, Nixon? Live TV signal from the moon in 1969. Look at this. 0 active cameras on the moon in 2019. Wow. So in 1969, everybody was looking at the moon landing on their TVs, but now we have 0 active cameras on the moon in 2019. Why? Why do we have no cameras on the moon? This moon rock was given to the Dutch Prime Minister in the Netherlands by Apollo 11 astronauts in 1969, but it turned out to be a fake. The lunar rock, valued at 308,000 British pounds, was in fact petrified wood. And this is like, it came up in NBC News in, which year is it, like 2009. Moon rock in museum is just petrified wood. Just petrified wood. This is in Mail Online. In 2009, embarrassment as moon rock in museum turns out to be just a piece of petrified wood. Why? And this came out in the news. This is like what was in the museum. With the compliments of the ambassador of the United States of America, to commemorate the visit to the Netherlands of the Apollo 11 astronauts, Armstrong, Collins, and Edwin Aldrin, International Exhibition and Congress Center, Amsterdam, 1969. Just petrified wood. The Apollo 11 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Truth in plain sight. Hollywood. Let's see what the astronauts and the special people say. Don Petit, astronaut. I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond, but NASA destroyed all the technology. Elon Musk. You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Robert Simon, NASA graphic artist. It is photoshopped, but it has to be. Neil deGrasse Tyson, which you know on TV and media, when asked, what is gravity? And he said, I don't know. Next question. Man, you should answer the question. NASA engineer, Van Allen Belts, for the Van Allen Belts. We must solve these challenges before we send humans to this region of space. But we already solved it in 1969 and afterwards in the 1970s. Astronauts, I don't recall what stars you could see. I don't remember seeing any stars during the press conference after they came back from the moon. Scott Kelly, astronaut. Sometimes during spacewalks, flecks of paint come off the International Space Station and they look like bubbles. They look like water bubbles. President Obama, we don't have time for a meeting with the Flat Earth Society. Why? Aren't we just all people who want to speak about the reality of the real world? Neil deGrasse Tyson said, Earth is pear-shaped. Bill Nye said, one thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave Earth. Elon Musk, you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Buzz Aldrin, we didn't go there. It was an interview with a kid, with a child on live TV. Don't forget. And we have lots of things we have here. I think you already know. Symbology is indeed important. It's like Santa Claus for adults, right? Because this is like what they used to go to the moon. They landed, so nothing to see here. This is like the super airtight, advanced technology equipment to go to the moon. Before you make fun of children for believing in me, in Santa Claus, remember there are adults who believe they are on a ball spinning in space, and I would add, with curved water on the exterior of a sphere, spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Let's see, I have to take a pill of gravity, a pill of the curve, and a pill of the globe. Yeah, it's really cool, this stuff. Awesome. You should read this. And CGI, computer graphics. NASA's budget for fiscal year 2019 is $21.5 billion with a B dollars. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? 1958 was the birth of NASA, just before the Antarctica Treaty was enforced in 1961. Actually, the conversations began in 1959 for enforcing the Antarctica Treaty. And that's it. I just want to finish the video with this awesome picture. The moon landing, where the stars go. This one. Sky from the Earth and sky from the moon. I'm just saying, right? We have to compare. But although this, the one on the left looks like reality of the real world, of course, and the one on the right looks like CGI computer graphics. See you in the next video.